So the sun finally decided to show up here in London. I know, only took 4 months. But like many things, that doesn't last forever around here, and the weather was saying that it's gonna just get cloudy and wet and rainy and the normal stuff that we're all accustomed to out here for the foreseeable future. So for today's little walk, I decided to take my trusty Micro Four Thirds GH7. Honestly, the afternoon started off fantastic because of the fact that I was simply walking around with a t-shirt and I was perfectly warm. I guess you could call this one a slow start. Honestly, this kind of style photography is something that I'm not very used to. As a matter of fact, I don't really know what my style of photography is just yet. But what I found very interesting about this shoot and the way that I was approaching it is the fact that I was actually following light versus anything else. So I was looking at shadows, I was looking at where the light was hitting certain objects, and the subject itself, to be honest, was kind of irrelevant. And that was a very interesting approach, something I'm not very used to, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised with some of these images. I do actually like the composition. The light was really cool at this point, and that's very on theme with this residential kind of photography genre that I'm enjoying here. Is that's, you know, if you lived in London or you've been in London, you are gonna find bicycles on the floor every single day of your life. That is just the most common thing you'd ever see. But honestly, what I'm finding very interesting about this genre, and something that I want to explore further as I keep going down this journey, is I want to start getting used to taking photos of things that make no sense for me to take photos of. I think this one might be one of my favorites of the day. This might even be portfolio. I don't know why though. I don't know why I like this photo. It's a simple composition. It's got a little bit of a vibe to it. I don't really know what's drawing me to this photo, but something is, and I do really like it. I think it's got character. I think it's got a little bit of a vibe. It's quiet, it's peaceful. So this one's a little bit frustrating. I think I chose the exact right shutter speed. I love the way the water looks. It just looks so sharp and clean and just really, really striking. It's I don't know, there's something about the way that water's moving that I found really interesting. But there's that little light, as you can see on the corner over here, and for some reason, I don't know if there's more that I can do in Lightroom. There might be. I'm gonna give it a couple more shots, but it just looks a little bit too faded, whereas in real life the light was hitting it. It felt a little bit more strong. So I don't know if it's something that I did wrong in exposure. I don't know if it's maybe I need to do a little bit more masking. I'm gonna give it another shot after this video before I you know, post all the photos and whatnot. But there's something about just the simplicity and the way that I captured the water moving and the way the waves look that just feels very cool to me. This was one of the ones that I thought was gonna be really good when I took it on site, but then when I came into the edit, I wasn't particularly happy with it. Don't know why. I'm not happy with the framing. I don't like what's going on under the bridge. I think it's very distracting, to be honest, to the image. Absolutely love this one. I'm a cat dad, always will be. Love dogs too, don't get me wrong, love them, but I love cats, and this little guy or girl was just perfect, and I didn't even notice him. I originally went for this shot, which I ended up taking afterwards, and I just kind of like looked up and I saw this little cat staring at me, and I quickly managed to snap this one before he decided to go on his venture. And I think that's what I love about this photo, is just how quick it was. I had to be so reactive, and because the minute I grabbed this photo, he was gone. He just left. Now this is complicated. I shouldn't like this shot. I shouldn't. There's way too many distractions. You've got the woman smoking over there. You've got the Vespa that's way too close to that car, uncomfortably close if you ask me. You've got this pillar over here. There's so many distractions. But I also kind of like it. I don't know why, maybe it's just light. This was like basically just before the sun was going down, so the light was super low. And I think another thing that I liked about it was there was nobody like taking photos or anything. It's just kind of like a little random street somewhere. As soon as I started taking photos with my camera, a lot of people just kind of were trying to look at what I was doing, and they were just starting taking photos on their phones as well. It kind of felt like they were following the leader, and it made me feel good inside. I don't know, it was kind of weird. Like nobody was taking photos before I decided to take a photo. This is another one of those examples of I don't know why I took this photo. There's not that much interesting to it other than the lights. The light is just hitting so well on that brown cabinet, and it's just a cat. You can't even tell what's inside it, but I'm following light here. I think, you know, as this video goes, I'm hoping that you guys can see what I'm talking about, where I'm not looking at the subject, I'm just looking at what the light is telling me to do, especially when it's sunlight and when I'm doing it in a residential neighborhood. And to be honest, this really showed me that like sunlight city photography is actually becoming one of my favorite genres. I had a great afternoon. I actually read this thread once, so a very long thread, too long for my liking. But it was basically saying along the lines that if you feel stuck at any point in your life, try and look back at what you were doing when you were younger, when money and responsibility wasn't, you know, in your way or wasn't something that you were thinking about. And one thing that I loved doing was with or without a camera. Sometimes I'll take a little point and shoot with me, but it was before I was into photography. But one thing I love to do was just aimless walking through neighborhoods that I found interesting. And this kind of felt very familiar to that. This was just me going with the camera, but it really felt more like a stroll versus a photo shoot. Now, don't get me wrong, I wanted to take photos because I wanted to make a video. I'm trying to make one video a week here on this channel. And, you know, I would have been disappointed if I came home with nothing. Yes, that is true. But it was still via doing something that I very much enjoy doing, even if I don't have a camera on me. I don't know, it was a really fun afternoon. But as the evening started to go and the sun was going down, the old man in me was really kicking in, and I really just wanted to come home and watch Lord of the Rings. So that's it for the photos for today. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. And one last thing is, no matter what kind of photos I come on with, no matter what kind of imperfections and, you know, lighting mistakes and composition mistakes that happen, it is so much better and so much more fun and so much more satisfying to go out and make those little mistakes and come back with imperfect photos than it is to sit down and generate perfect photos. I just wanted to say that right out loud. So much better to go outside with the camera. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It would help me out a bunch, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week.